So we got three equations here, and we got x plus y plus z is equal 42,000, and 0.08x plus 0.1y plus 0.12z is equal 4240, and x plus y minus 2z is equal 0. We got three equations, we have three unknown. We're going to solve this three different ways. First, we're going to use the matrix way. We're going to solve that hand method. The second method is going to be using Ti-84 plus calculator, and the third method is going to be using Excel. So if you don't want to suffer through the hand calculation, just go ahead and move forward, move the video to wherever you want to see, either the Excel or the Ti-84. All right, let's get to work. We're going to go ahead and work with this hand calculation. We're going to put it in matrix form, and you've seen this before. This is going to be we're going to have 3 rows by 4 columns, and each row represents for x. This is for x, this is for y, this is for z, and these are the answer. So we got 1x plus 1y plus 1z come out to 42,000, just like we have there, and so on and so forth. 0.08 and 0.1y and 0.12z, 4240, and so we have it in form of matrix. Our goal is to make this in a form of make this matrix to a form of 0, 1, 0, come up to y, and 0, 0, 1, z. We want to make this look like that. So, and that will be our answer that we're looking for. So let's get to work here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and move this matrix up here. But I'm going to take row 1, let's call it row 1, R1, multiply that by, let's multiply that by minus 0.08. I want to make that to a 0. See that? I want to make that to a 0. So to make this number 0 to here, I'm going to take this row 1, multiply it by negative 0.08, 0.08, that's a multiply, and then I'm going to go ahead, add it to row 2, plus row 2, R stands for row, and that should give me the new row 2. Okay, at the same time I'm going to come down here for this new row of 3. I'm going to take R1, I'm going to multiply it by negative 1, and then I'm going to add it to row number 3, and that should give me new row number 3. What I mean by that, so bring this up here, and now I'm going to have that. So if I multiply this by 0.08, let's do it over here. I'm just going to do it right here, do that calculation right here, I will erase it. So I'm going to take row 1, which is that, multiply by 0.8, that becomes 0.08, okay, and then this becomes 0.08, negative 0.08, I'm sorry, and then it's going to be minus, and this is in the a y, and the x going to be in x, and the y is going to be minus also 0.08, and minus 0.08, and then 0.08 times 42,000 comes out to 3360. So that comes out 3360. So now if I add this to this row right here, let's add it to that row. I got plus 0.08, and then I got 0.1 plus 0.1, and then I have 0.12, then I have 4240. Of course, this is a number, so that should be a negative right there. Forgot about that. So if I add these two up, this will become 0, and this one will become 0.02, and then this one become 1.12, 0.04. This comes out to 0.04, and this should come out to 0.04. 880. All right, so now I'm going to come up here. My row 1 is going to stay the same. I didn't change anything. 1, 1, 1, and I got 42,000. My new row 2, which we did this, came out to 0, 0.02 and 0.04, and then 880. Okay, so we did that. Let me erase this right here. Okay, so now we're going to take row 1, multiply by -1. So if I multiply this row by -1, I'm going to have -1, that's going to become -1, that's become -1, and that become -42,000. Then I'm going to add it to row number 3. Row number 3 is a 1 here, it's 1 here, it's -2, and then I'm going to have 0. So if I add that up, 1 and 1 becomes 0, 1 and -1 becomes 0, I meant 1 and -1 becomes 0, 1 and -1 becomes 0, -2 and -1 makes it -3, and then I have -42,000, so they become -42,000. So now my row number 3 up here is going to become 0, 0, -3, and we said -42,000. Okay, so we went from here to there. That was our step 1. Let's go continue, keep doing this. Our goal is to make this look like this. So far we got 0, 0 here. I want to make that to a 1, make that to a 1. And what do? Divide that by -3. So I'm going to say, okay, let's use different color. We're going to say, okay, row number 3, divide that by -3. Okay. So if I do that, that will give me I will have same thing. That's not going to change. 1, 1, 1, 42,000, and then I'm going to have 0, 0.02, 0.04, 880. Divide this by -3, that becomes 0, 0, 1, and -42,000 divided by 3 comes out to 14,000. So I give 14,000 here. Okay. When you look at this, okay, and you look at here, I want to make this 0. How I make this 0? If I got 1 here, 1 is a really good thing. So if I multiply 1 by -0.04 and add it to this 0.04, makes that to a 0. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So we're going to take row number 3, multiply by -0.004 and plus row number 2. And that should give me the new row. So the new row is going to come out to, that's going to continue here. So now we're going to come in here, and I will do the same thing here. So if I do that, what's going to happen, it's going to be, that's going to be 0, that's going to be 0, that's going to be -0.04. -0.04 plus 0.04 makes it 1. The top row didn't change, so that's 1, 1, 1, and 42,000. And bottom row is going to stay the same, 0, 0, 1, 14,000. And now we're changing the middle one, which is going to come out to 0.02, and then that becomes 0, and that number right here multiplied by 0.04 comes out to 880. No, 320. Okay, to show you how we got that, let's do it like so. We do every step one step by step. See how we got that number. We said we take row number 3, multiply by 0.04. So if I do that, 0 by 0.04 becomes 0. 0 by 0.04 becomes 0. 1 time minus 0.04 becomes minus 0.04. And then 0.04 times 14,000 negative comes out to minus 560. Now I'm going to add that to row number 2. And row number 2 here is, I got 0, I got 0.02, and I got 0.04, and I have 880. Okay, so that becomes 0, that becomes 0.02. If you add them up, that's going to cancel, becomes 0. And 880 minus 560, that become 320, and that's how that number came along. Okay, so that step is done. The step is, now you look at here and you look at this row. I got 0, I got 0. I want to make this 0.02 to a 1. That's easy. All I got to do is multiply, divide by 0.02. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say row 2 divided by 0.02. I don't even have to do calculation. So now we're going to have row 2. So row 1 is going to stay the same. 1, 1, 1, 42,000. And I'm going to have 0, and that's divided by 0.02 makes it 1. That becomes 0. 320 divided by 0.02 makes it 16,000. And this row is going to stay the same because we already solved it, 001, and that's 14,000. Okay, now we took care of this row. Last row, it looked like the last row here. Second row looked like the second row. Now I got to make this 2 to a 0. Make this 0, make to a 0. How do I do that? Make this to a 0. All I got to do is multiply this by negative 1 added to that, that makes it 0. To make this 0, I got to multiply this by negative 1 added to that. Okay, so let me erase this here. Multiply row 2 by negative 1 and plus row 1. Alright, so that's going to come in here. I'm going to have row 2 times negative 1. 0 times negative 1 becomes 0. 1 times negative 1 becomes negative 1. 0 times negative 1 becomes 0. 16,000 times negative 1 minus 16,000. Now I'm going to add that to row 2. To row 1, I'm sorry. So row 1 is 1, 1, 1, 42,000. Okay, so that's going to give me, that become 1, that becomes 0, that become 1, and 42,000 minus 16,000, that's 26,000. So that become 26,000. Let me double check that number. I think that's correct. Yes, it is. So now I'm going to go ahead and my row number 1 become 1, 0, 1. I got 26,000. And then second row is going to stay the same as it was. 0, 1, 0, 16,000. And third one is going to be 0, 0, 1, 14,000. Okay. So next one, we're going to go ahead, make this, I got my 1, I got my 0, make this to a 0. To make this 0, multiply row 3, multiply by negative 1 plus row 1. Okay. And now I'm going to have, my final will be, let's erase this number, see how we're going to get there. Okay, row 3 multiplied by -1, so that become 0. -1 times 0 becomes 0. 1 times -1 become -1. 1 times 14,000 makes it -14,000. And add that to row 1. Row 1 is 1, 0, 1, 26,000. So that become 1, that becomes 0, this becomes 0. 26,000 minus 12,000 become, 26,000 minus 14,000 become 12,000. There is our answer. So we're going to have, there's going to be row 1. It's going to be 1, 0, 0, 12,000. And then we had 0, 1, 0, 16,000. And 0, 0, 1, 14,000. So our answer came out to be, there's our answer. We can say, all right, X came out to be 12,000, Y came out to be 16,000, and Z came out to be 14,000. Now let's see how quickly we can find this answer using Microsoft Excel and using Ti-84 Plus calculator. All right, see ya. Okay, let's go ahead and do the same thing using the Ti-84 calculator. Once you turn on your calculator, clear out the memory if you want. And the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna look at what I have on the writing and copy and paste that, and so you can follow that. First, we're gonna hit second x inverse. So I'm gonna click on second x inverse, and you come up to this table right here, and you want to go all the way to the edit. So use this button right here to get you to edit. Now you under edit. Once you're in there, click enter. Okay, that will bring you to a matrix. Your page might probably look different than mine because I have already done used 3x4. So go ahead, where is the flash, and just type in 3, because our matrix is 3 rows by 4 column. So I'm going to type in 3. I'm just going to redo that stuff. 3, enter, and that will put me on the next cursor. Type in 4, enter, and so far what you have done, you created a 3x4 matrices. So now you want to enter all the number. Be careful here. This is where a lot of people make a mistake. Take your time, be patient, put all the numbers in. So our number was 1,142,000. So I'm going to click 1, enter, 1, enter, 1, enter, and I'm going to type in 42,000 again. There we go, enter. I'm on the second row. Second row was 0.8, so is 0.08, enter. And the next number was 0.1, 0, 1, and enter, that's 0.1. And the next one is 0.12. So 0.12, enter, and our number was 4240. 4240. There, enter. So the third row is going to be 1, 1 minus 2. So I'm going to 1, enter, 1, enter, and I have -2, -2, enter, and then we'll have 0, enter. And take a look at it. Make sure everything looks like the matrices. -1. You see I made a mistake. I got -1. No. I think that was correct. That's right. Okay. So now after here, you go ahead and type in second mode. So I'm going to click second mode. And that will bring us to this screen where there's nothing there. And type in second inverse again. Second x inverse. This time we're going to go all to the math instead of going to the edit. So I'm going to click over. I'm on math. And let's go all the way down. Click the down arrow right here until you get to number 9-ish. 9. No, keep going. One more. See, we see RREF parentheses. That's where you want to be. So make sure you're on the B part, not a part. RREF parentheses. Now click enter, and you should come into this screen. If you have not come to this screen, then you made a mistake, and go back, see where you made a mistake, or redo it. So once you're here, you're going to type in second x inverse again, second x inverse again. I'll come back in here and hit enter twice. Enter once, enter twice, and there's our answer. It's the same exact answer that we did with the hand calculation. Now we're going to use Excel to solve this three variable. One thing you have to keep in mind is that if you had 9 variable, the procedure will be the same, and it's really easy and quick. This is how we're going to do it. This is our formula we had, and we put them in just like the other problem. We convert that to a matrix, and we call that A matrix. And then fourth column, we call that a B matrix, which is the equal of to the numbers. And our solution will be x, which is equal x, y, and z. To find this, basically, we have to say x is equal inverse of matrix of A multiplied by B. So let's come in here. Let's calculate the inverse of matrix of A. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and select the 3 row and 3 column, just like that, where I want my answer to be. Then come up here, type in equal, and we're going to type in M inverse and then once we type in M inverse, we got to let the computer know where, so we got to make a parentheses. Okay, I want the inverse of this right here. Click that cell and drag it all the way here, and then come back up here again and close the parentheses. And here, what you got to do, hold the control key, hold the shift key at the same time, and hit enter. And there's your inverse. Nothing to it. Now let's go find the solution. We're going to multiply these two numbers together. Again, I'm going to select those 3 cells that I want the answer to be. I'm going to come up here, equal. This time I'm going to use multiplication. Going to M multiply. And once you have done that, open a parentheses. We got to tell it where. I want to multiply this, which is A minus, right here. I want A minus. So I'm going to select all of this right there. And then put a comma. Then I'm going to go ahead and say multiply by this B. Select all that. Then close the parentheses. Okay, now hold the control button, hold the shift at the same time, and hit enter. And this is the same exact answer we got with the calculator and with our hand calculation. If this was helpful, please subscribe to my channel. Have a good day.